what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. I got my good friend Jake Baines. He's going to break down a lesson for you guys right now on slideless slide, like, techniques that kind of have that vibe of slide guitar playing, but without using a slide. It's a really cool technique. Now, Jake is an amazing player, amazing teacher. He's straight out of the Berklee School of Music. He's a really great guy, so I snatched him up right away. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the lesson. Take it away, Jake Baines.
What's up, guys? It's Jake Baines here, and today we're going to be looking at some slideless slide techniques and ways that we can apply this on the fretboard. I'm going to be showing you the concept, the technique for the left and the right hand, and then I'm going to be showing you a couple of ideas that you can use to apply to your playing. If you want more of these licks and ideas, I've actually got a free course in the description below, which is worth checking out. It's just on my website. So let's jump right into it. When approaching slideless slide technique, we need to understand first the two techniques that we've got for the right hand. The first technique I'm going to show you is the technique that I spend most of my time doing. And this is the technique that involves holding the pick whilst playing with our fingers. Playing with your fingers while doing slideless slide is kind of the best way to get like the most amount of expression and feel out of the note. So when looking at this technique specifically, we need to understand where's the best place to put the pick. Personally, I find myself tucking the pick inside of my index finger, just like this. So I'll be playing guitar, holding the pick like this. And then when I go to slideless slide stuff, I'll tuck that pick in. And have range of motion with all of the rest of my fingers. Now, the fingers that I'm using to pick these notes specifically are my middle finger and my thumb. All right, so as you see here, I've got access to the strings of my middle finger, my thumb. Now, my thumb spends most of its time muting the strings. Now, let's talk about that first specifically. So I've got the pick tucked in here. I've got my thumb and my middle finger available. Now, let's say I want to pick a note on the B string. So I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to put it flat against the E string, the A string, and the D string, muting them. And then I'm going to rest that thumb against the G string, just like this. Now, when I go to play the note, I've got this middle finger available here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that note. My ring and pinky finger are actually going to be resting on that high E string. Now, with them resting there, there's no string that can ring out except for that B string, which kind of answers the question of like, well, how am I supposed to mute if I don't have the ability to palm mute? It's going to be that thumb and this ring and pinky finger. Now, let's talk about the pick attack, or rather the attack with the finger. I'm going to want to use kind of the flat pad of this finger, all right? So when I go to pick, I'm going to let this finger bend, and I'm going to let the string slide off the finger, just like this. All right, I'm letting that last ligament of my finger be nice and bendy there. So that way I can get a nice smooth sound out of it. Now, if there's any time I'm descending or going down on notes, I will engage the thumb. And I'll kind of switch between the middle finger and the thumb. Now let's talk about the left hand And specifically when it comes to the left hand, let's talk about getting the note. So the note that we're gonna be trying to get, let's say we're just trying to get the 5. It's gonna be E here. All right, so we've got this right hand technique going where we're holding the pick. We've got our thumb and our middle finger going, and then we're gonna come in and play the note. Now, we have 2 options. We can either play the note head on. This is a very guitar technique, something that all of us have done before. It's nothing surprising. Or we can practice sliding into the note. Now this process is basically starting from any random location and sliding into the note, but as we start to slide, we start increasing pressure until we get to the note. So it'll sound like this. All right, so I'm increasing pressure as I get closer to the note, and as I go over the frets, they kind of help me increase the volume, so. Right, so I've got, once again, as a review, I've got the thumb muting. I've got my middle finger coming down here to play the note. My ring and my pinky finger are muting that high E string. With my right hand, I'm coming in and I'm sliding with my ring finger into this note, which is E on the 5th fret of the B string. And as I make the slide happen, I'm increasing the pressure, all right? Fantastic. So the second technique is going to be where we have to play more than one note. Maybe we've got a couple of different notes that's going to be going on. And so when this is the case, we might want to use a bit more of a fingerpick style, which is going to involve both of these fingers. Now, before we were looking at just using the middle finger and the thumb. This time, maybe we want to put the pick away and use both of these fingers. This is going to allow us to have more accessibility across a fretboard and a bit more fluentness when it comes to trying to get all of these notes to ring out. Because obviously with this, you know, we're a bit limited. We've only really got the middle finger to play stuff. It works good in a pinch. But if we want to play something a bit faster, these 2 fingers are going to help us out. So you might want to put the pick down somewhere. I wouldn't recommend putting it in your mouth because you might swallow it. And you're going to want to use these 2 fingers, all right? And so the way that we're going to go about this is very similar as a bass player would, right? A bass player would typically come on to the bass and put those 2 fingers on the string that they want to play. What we're going to do is we're going to bring them slightly sideways and bring that thumb back in as a mute. But we still have the 2 fingers with access, and we still have the ring and the pinky finger here doing the muting on the high E string. So once again, these are all muted because of that thumb, and the high E string is muted because of the ring and the pinky finger. On the B string, we've got now both of these fingers as access to be able to play this note, or the B note on the B string, a bit faster than we were able to play it before because we've now got that index finger involved. So what we can do to practice this is just practice playing the open B string in time. Until you get comfortable with the feeling of alternating between those 2 fingers. Now to practice this, you can work on playing through, let's say, your minor pentatonic scale. So we could do the minor pentatonic scale in the key of A minor. This is something that Marty would have definitely taught you. And if you haven't found a video, we could drop a link to your A minor pentatonic scale in the link below, so just check that out. But we could play through this scale and we can alternate these fingers. So we go middle finger, index finger. Now we're going to use that thumb to mute the low E. Middle finger, index. Thumb's going to come down and mute. Middle, index. Thumb down, middle, index. Thumb down, middle, index. Thumb down, middle, index. So those are our 2 techniques. We've got the alternating pattern between your middle finger and your index finger. And then we've also got tucking the pick away under our index finger and using just your middle finger to play the note. This just about covers the right hand technique. Now we're gonna get into the left hand technique on a little bit of a deeper level, and I'm gonna show you some ideas that you can apply over some backing tracks that will immediately kind of help you get that slideless slide sound. Let's jump into it. All right, so the first lick that we're gonna look at is gonna take place on the G string. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by sliding into the 5th. Now to locate where the 5th is, it's on our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th fret of the G string in the key of A minor. Now I'm gonna play this idea using that pick tucked in method right under my index finger. I'm gonna take my ring finger, all right, and I'm gonna slide from the 9, 8, 7th fret of the G string up to the 9th fret. So I'm gonna go like this. Once again, I'm muting with this thumb. I'm muting with the ring and my ring and my pinky finger, but this time my ring finger is on the B string and my pinky finger is on the high E string, and I'm able to get that G note. So once again, from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret of the G string, I'm gonna slide 7 to 9, playing with my middle finger. Now, from here, this is where it's gonna get difficult. This is where that slideless slide sound comes in. We're gonna slide from 9th fret to the 7th fret to the 5th fret with one pick. And then with our thumb, we're gonna play the note A on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret of the D string. So we're gonna go. All right, so that's the first idea you can apply. It kind of helps us get this motion down of sliding with just our ring finger, all right? Then the next idea is similar to this, but we're gonna include a bend, all right? So once again, we're gonna be on this G string, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide into the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret of the G string, but we're gonna bend up a whole step. So check it out, it's gonna sound like this. Just like this, all right? We're gonna be picking with our middle finger once again, and you're just gonna work on increasing that pressure until you get to the note, and then once you get to the note, bend it up a whole step. So it'll be like this. You can work on repeating this process over and over and over again and take this concept and you can apply this to any note in the minor pentatonic, major pentatonic, you name it. And you can put it everywhere. It's a good place to start and a good place to practice. Work on that right hand technique, work on that left hand technique. Really work on kind of nailing your touch. There's gonna be more videos involving this kind of stuff, but a great place to start, once again, would be that free lick lesson course, which is in the description below. So thank you so much. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.
All right, thank you, Jake Baines. I hope you guys enjoyed that lesson. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of Jake Baines. And if you don't, too bad, he's coming back. But also check the link below because he's got a free set of licks that are right in that same vibe that you can check out from him, and it's totally free. Check it out in the link below. Thanks again. We'll see you later.